Hello everyone, welcome to Self Talk with me, Nyolepa. The aim of today's Self Talk is to encourage you to have a broader and a wider perspective when looking into issues in a relationship. This perspective must enable you to better understand your relationship and your partner. But the most important thing to remember here is that the key is not to prove that you are right or you were right, but to look through facts in order to enable both of you to come to a better and more informed decision. Now, it must be understood that self-talk are the conversations that you have with yourself when you are alone. These conversations are key to understanding your relationship. Your relationship is how you see it. If you don't have any belief or any trust in a relationship, the relationship will take that form because you'll always be doubting, you'll always be unhappy, you will never be satisfied. But for those that have taken the liberty of using their self-talk to empower and enrich their relationships, I am sure and I'm certain that their relationships are different. They are happier, they are able to solve problems, and they are able to see the good in their partners over and above the issues. So the most important thing with the self-talk, it must be healthy, it must be positive, it must always be looking and seeking to find answers to problems. And it must also believe that no problem is too big for the relationship. And that is the only way how a proper self-talk goes on. However, the self-talk alone may not be enough. Sometimes you need to find, because your self-talk is limited to the things that you know, the things that you believe in. But sometimes your beliefs and what you know are not enough to help your relationship. You sometimes need to go talk to other people, go to your father, to your mother, to your parents, and to the priest, to the friends, and all of those things. And that is where we find, that is where we strengthen our self-talk. And also remember, when you go there, these things are advice. You're not forced to take them. You have got to go sit down and see that which you think works for a relationship and leave out what you don't think works for a relationship. And also, even if sometimes people advise you with very rich advice, the problem is they may never really be able to see or to understand your relationship, where it is, and what brought about the issue. So in the first case, it is always about how you see things, and that is where self talk is very important, and that is where it will guide you, because only you, being a partner to that relationship, understand exactly what is going on. Where do you go to when you need a sincere and specific relationship advice, where your relationship is experiencing issues and you feel you need people or someone who will contribute positively towards the relationship? Remember, the most important thing here is that when you go look for advice, it must be advice that is going to assist you to understand better, first and foremost, the situation, and also that is going to give you an upper hand in solving the problem. The advice should always be about you together with your partner solving the problem. But sometimes you need to have that self-talk where you talk to yourself alone, where you gather your own advice, where you seek to understand what is happening before you go talk to your partner. That is the type of self-talk that I'm talking about here. Are you really taking time to better understand the issues, the disagreements, before you come to a conclusion, before you draw a line? Because sometimes you might find that you drew a line too quickly, or you drew a line too quickly and not even using the right facts. So facts are very important things. Secondly, not only facts, sometimes you need to look at your relationship and say, do you want to fight for this relationship? Do you want to fix things? or do you want to end it? And ending it is a simple thing. I don't think you need an advice to end your relationship, but an advice should be one that assists you to go back in and solve these issues and put them behind you. I would like to state categorically that the kind of self-talk that you have, even as an individual, before anybody comes and gets involved, when you are alone, is very important. Especially when you're in a relationship. When you're in a relationship, your thoughts and the talk you have with yourself, the conversations that you have with yourself, must be those that affirm your relationship. You must trust your partner. You must be supportive to your partner. You must think and see only the good in your partner. Well, maybe not only the good, but you must seek to see the good in your partner. And that is the most important thing to a healthy self talk.